Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to The Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Well, what have we here?
It's a podcast.
Fine.
And what excitement we have today.
It's The Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara and Rob Spiewak. Now, here's Mike.
Hi, everybody. Can
Hi.
you hear me? Can you?
Yeah,
Oh, good.
good
I was
morning.
just checking.
Yeah.
Just checking if you could hear me and everything. I'm doing last minute audio
Tweakage?
on the show because of the aforementioned length of the weekend. A little logy coming in here today and trying to get everything
This
settled.
weekend was no longer than any other weekend, Mike.
Well, it was
Saturday
for me, pal.
and
That's
Sunday.
for sure. It was
Pal.
a long one. It really, really was. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Monday edition of the Mike O'Mara Show. And we are here. We are ready to believe you. This is a big week for us because we are moving on up the road to Jimmy's Old Town Tavern in Herndon, Virginia. We will be there Saturday at 5 p.m. for our Kentucky Derby party, and we are very, very excited about that. Looking forward to seeing everybody. It should be a lot of fun, and we hope
Josh
we see
showed
you
me
there.
his hat before the show.
I have not acquired a hat yet.
I've got my hat, and I also, over the weekend, I acquired accoutrement.
Is it going to be a hat
gussy
that
up
we are aware of, like your top hat or your derby?
It is the top hat, but you don't know
See,
what
that
I'm going to
doesn't
do.
count. You've had that for a long time,
But we haven't
so
seen
that's
it.
not a
You
derby
haven't.
hat.
You've
No.
not seen it, Mike, and also it's going to be
Top
gussied
hat
up.
is not a lady's hat, though. It's not.
I'm
the
not in the,
spirit,
but
it's
I'm not
the
in the
spirit of
contest, Mike. I'm not in the contest.
Yeah,
Oh, I-
mine is not a lady's hat either because I'm not in the contest. But it is
All
a
right.
hat.
Is that the rule? Then I'll wear a ball cap.
No,
Well,
I
you
did
see,
not-
that's not in the
that's not the
spirit,
spirit.
though. You see, we're in the spirit of it,
Yes.
and you're just, you're trying to throw something in the car that's easy
Mike,
to pack.
Would you
I
like
thought
to see
we
my,
would be the examples. As
Would you
well.
like to see my hat as an
I
example?
would love to see your.
Oh, you
your
see,
hat
if you do
as
that,
an
you take the
example.
magic off it. Don't you
Perhaps.
want to be
What is that?
surprised?
But here is my hat. See, it's in the spirit, but it's not a lady's hat.
No, it's not, but it could be. A lady could wear that.
Oh my God!
Do you want to tell Mike about your eBay or your Amazon strategy?
Oh yeah.
This is great.
Well, the hat came in,
Jesus,
and
that makes
the
me
hat
laugh.
came in, and it needed a little something. So, with Rob, decided it needed a feather.
Oh, Rob's
Which is-
right.
which
the
Rob's
feather
right.
makes it.
Yeah.
But I had to order 120 feathers. So I pulled one out of the bag, and 119 will be returned to Amazon today.
And if they count them, so be it.
These were not the best feathers I've ever had.
What is the, when you fill out the
You
Amazon
said your
form,
feathers were 100% guaranteed, you moron.
I have done many returns to Amazon. What reason will you cite on the form? It would be
Well,
funny if you said,
There's only 119
yeah,
in
there's
there.
only 119 in here.
Hysterical. Yeah, count them, and then figure it out. I love that.
Feathers,
No.
Mike.
Well, now
Feathers
that,
everywhere.
So-
I know this is a tourist area, so I know that I'll be able to run down somewhere and acquire a hat. I'll go to one of those beach stores to get my hat. That's what
Oh,
I'll
that'd
do.
be great. And also you can pick up some sunscreen.
Are you saying that I'm sunburned?
I'm not saying anything, but yes.
Yeah, I am a little sunburned over, and I don't get sunburned because I'm out in the sun every day. So it's like
Yeah.
really, it's a little.
Then
more,
maybe it's like it's a busted vessel or something.
No, I was out in the sun more than I normally am, and not in the way I wasn't screened up. So because I was under shade and I was wearing a baseball cap. It was
Your
a-
wife
that-
must be pissed because you are the face of her product, and it's a
Yeah.
sunburned face.
But that's what
Uh,
happens when you're the spectator instead of if you were participating, you would
Right.
have been all prepared.
I think
but then
so.
you don't think about it as the spectator.
Did you wear an
So-
orange hat?
I did not.
You should have.
So, what a weekend of baseball. Long days. My son, last week, I believe, or maybe a little bit before that, got a call from the president of the Miners Little League who said they are adding a few kids from other teams to put one team together to participate in the county regional tournament. And we have watched your son, and the coaches have seen your son, and we know that he'd be a nice addition to the team. And I was like, oh, wow, that sounds great. Now, I hadn't signed up for this. I was aware of it, but I didn't know. So when they asked, they said, you'll be getting a call from the coach. And I got a call from the coach, just a super guy, really, really nice guy. And then I find out, probably right at the last minute, that he was going to be an Oriole. And I let Josh know that he was going to be an Oriole, and he got his Orioles uniform the morning of the tournament, and we got down there, and afternoon, I should say, because it started mid-afternoon on Saturday. We got down there, and here's the way it works: you play 2 games on Saturday.
All right. What time's starting?
The first game on Saturday started at 3. And the second game was at 6 or 6:30. So you got 2 games. They won them both, and that's what. And you seed them for the tournament. So they were a high seed, and they were in what was called the Gold Division, which was the highest ranked division. So they're in the toughest division, and they were seeded, I think, number 2 in the toughest division. And then it's on to the marathon day. And they warned us. They told us it was going to be a long day on Saturday, that we were going to be there. We were baseball parents all weekend long. And, I told you I canceled things that had gone on because this is he's the priority with this. And long day on Sunday. We had to be there at 8:45, and they, I think, didn't play until 10. This is far enough away from our house where we didn't go back home. We just waited, and we stayed within the confines of the ballpark all day long. It's a huge complex down there right next to the sewage treatment plant.
That's excellent.
And, because I think back in the day,
location.
I think back in the day, it was still retirees and people that really wanted to prioritize the kids down here.
Yeah.
And
did anybody light a match?
Oh, my God. A couple of times it's like, geez. Look, a nice facility, though. Really nice facility. But every now and then you're like, yeah, so I was whoa. And the winds would blow. The winds
will shift and it'll do it. It's consistently, as far as the ballparks in your area, it's consistently rated number 2. So it's pretty good.
Amen, brother. And a sea of from mid-teens to down to little bitties to everything in between, and their brothers and their sisters, and it was crumb cruncher paradise as kids running around. And here's what they did have. They did have a decent concession stand, and they did have a food truck that was selling. I'm not a snow cone guy, but when you're out in 90-degree heat on Sunday all day, what the hell?
Yummy!
What the hell? Oh.
What flavor?
Let me tell you, grape.
Strong.
Oh, my God.
You might see it in your stools, but it's great.
That's a dangerous color,
boy.
though.
Yeah.
It was
spillage.
fantastic. I did, over the weekend, I did not want 2 snow cones over the weekend. So, my kid is...
I used to do a snow cone, Mike. I'd get the ice, and I'd pour Southern Comfort over it.
With a little sugar. With a little simple syrup.
Yeah, exactly.
My son started in earnest playing baseball again only last fall, and he has not played a lot of baseball, so he's really relatively new to the game. I told you about the fact that he had the tryouts for majors and the kids that would go on to majors, and he didn't make it. And they put him on the minors team, and there were tears. But then right away you realize he'll get more experience by playing more, and he started pitching. And he started pitching on his minors team. And apparently they saw him pitch, and he's had good outings and bad outings, And it is it's such a pressure cooker for the kid and for the parents. And so he pitched. He pitched a few times leading up to the game. They won the first game. They won the second game. Then, Sunday morning we get there at 8:45. They win the next game.
Hey.
Then it's on to the semi. They win that game.
4 in a
They
row.
are going to be playing in the championship.
Hey!
And it was. I didn't know what was going on. We're just there, and we scope out the location. We set up our second day. We were prepared. We were woefully unprepared the first day. We didn't bring all the accoutrement that you need to watch sports in Florida, which is you need a cart, you need your 2 chairs, you need your electric fan,
Battery-operated fan, Mike.
your battery-operated fan, and you need your tent because shade is your friend. And
Yes.
I think
Now,
with
when you
this-
show up with
yes.
that much stuff, do you need like a construction permit or anything, or do they just let you bring it?
Everybody's got the big carts, Rob. Everybody's got them, and everybody's hauling all their stuff, and everybody's got it down to a
Was
system.
yours the only cart that was full of snow cone?
No, the snow cones were set up right across the street from the fake plastic jewelry that the kids wear with their little
Oh, they
fake
love it.
necklaces
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the pros wear. Josh is nodding his head. He knows all this
Oh
stuff.
yeah,
I'm
yeah. Every
talking
little
about.
league has this. It's
Yeah,
the little blue and red and white beads.
It's so
They'll do
funny.
the different team colors. Yeah.
Got him. Hey, Josh, you like this? Got him the black sparkly beads around his neck for the Orioles. There
You got to
go.
match the orange jersey.
You got to
Exactly.
match that, and they didn't have orange, so we got them the black. And
Do they sell those at Camden Yards, Josh, for the other people that pretend to be on the Orioles, like the actual team?
Oh, I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
And Mrs. O'Mara, God love her, always looking for the side hustle. I don't think they do that at our place. I said, "Yeah, go for it, girl.
Go, get
you
it."
go for it, girlfriend."
So the snow cone served in a paper cone, like a traditional snow cone?
the snow cone served in a styrofoam big cup,
Oh, because you hate
Oh,
the
that's-
environment. Hate
That's
the
more like a
environment.
snowball.
and toppings on the snow cones: marshmallow fluff.
Gravy,
You can get marshmallow fluff.
marinara.
You can get gummy worms or vanilla ice cream.
There's nothing better than putting gummy worms on something frozen so they become tooth-shatteringly hard.
Well, Carla,
You might as well throw Jolly Ranchers in there.
Carla on her second snow cone got the gummy worms.
She had two as well?
She had 2 as well.
Wow.
There were Rib City had the concessions, and they were a little pricey. But Rib City was a little pricey for a cheeseburger, in my humble opinion.
Oh, I thought it was a condom place.
Now that would be Ribbed City.
A Rib City
they
for
had.
her pleasure.
And lots of little side stories of this. I get my cheeseburger, and there were two things that were offered at the Rib City thing. You could get like a little chicken tender thing. They did have fries. They had cheeseburgers. I sit down at a bench, and there are these long benches. So there's another father and son, and this kid looks like he's playing in the what would it be, the 14U or something like that?
Okay.
I think 14-year-olds, the bigger kids. They're really big.
Is this a bench with a table, or is it just
It's a
bench?
picnic. It's a very long picnic table.
Picnic-style table.
And I am diving into my burger, and we're way at the end of the show, but I'm watching this kid, and he gets up, and he walks over to the trash can about 30 feet away from me, and lets go a Farmer's Knot right next to the
Beautiful, baby.
and I was just like, I just said, isn't that? He's a skinny kid, and he let go of the Farmer's Knot, and it was just
Now, were you able to get that Farmer's Knot? Were you able to get that on a snow cone?
I didn't get that on a snow cone. It was nasty.
How much were the snow cones? I'm
curious.
curious.
Oh God! I want to say
I know that the,
$5 or $6.
For water and syrup. Good
Yeah,
Lord.
but at a little league event like that where you are stuck, that's not
Yeah.
bad pricing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everybody's
well-
making the hustle, and it's inflation, Rob. People
I
are
understand. I understand.
spending money, and it's not what it used
Oh,
to be. So
Nick
after the Farmer's
Peterson-
Knot, I didn't really enjoy my my cheeseburger as much as I might have.
Nick
before
Peterson is requesting a definition of a farmer's knot.
that. A Farmer's Knot is when you walk up and as opposed to blowing your nose into a tissue or a handkerchief,
Yes.
you press one side of your nostril and blow out the other side. It's
Just to the-
disgusting.
let it go in the wind.
And
That's right.
and it's known as a farmer's knot. And Dougie Newell on my street in my hometown used to do it regularly at the bus stop, and that's where I first
disgusting.
noticed it. Is disgusting, but it's also, if you're not, it's kind of a sports thing. You'll see it with
Tommy
players.
Lasorda did it a
Ball
lot.
players are gross.
Yeah.
That's why you go into a dugout and you'll see
How
the
many sunflower seeds came
Yeah,
out?
Yeah, and by the way, the sunflower seeds in earnest for me. If you're talking about my biggest snacking, it would be the snow cones. That's going to be my new album, Snow Cones and Sunflower Seeds. Yummy. Yummy.
Snow cones, da 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 da.
Snow cones, like a folk song, and
Yeah.
sunflower seeds. It was
People
great.
are disgusting. I went to school with a guy named not Paul, P-A-U-H, Paul Wang. And
Paul
when he-
Wang, the farmer's not king.
No, he wasn't a farmer's knot guy. What he would do is when he was bored in class, he could blow spit bubbles that would actually like float out of his mouth. Like you would.
No way.
He did.
No.
He did.
They can't float.
They would go out, and because they're bubbles, they
There's
would
no
slow.
soap. No, they
but
would.
Mike, I
There's
swear
no way
I've
you
seen
can
it.
blow saliva bubbles that would float. You're
Well, I mean,
conjuring.
Mike, I'm not
It
conjuring.
might
If you
have
listen to what
fallen
I
to
said.
the floor.
They fell slowly to the floor, but still, that appeared to be, as far as spit bubbles, that
Paul
normally
Wang?
Yeah,
Paul Wang.
Paul
he was
Wang.
able to seal the bubble.
Yeah, somehow he was really good at it. Bless his heart.
So nasty.
Wonder what
Paul
he's
Wang.
up to now.
Italian kid. There you go. Paul Wang. You go now. No trouble.
Hey, Wang, it's a parking lot.
Hey Wang, it's a parking lot. Come on.
He was
I'll
very
take
nice.
3
I
of
would love to
these,
see
4 of
Paul
those.
again. Paul again. I didn't see him at the reunion.
How did you spell Paul? P-A-W?
No, P-A-U-H. I
Oh,
always
Paul,
thought
like a was he Vietnamese?
he was from out of town. I don't want to put a country on it, but he was definitely.
Well, in ethnicity, it sounds like an Asian name.
Yeah, he is Asian, but I don't
Okay.
know from what region.
Paul
And I
Wang.
always thought that Paul was like a misprint on his like student card, but then it should have been Paul, but it was Paul. He meets so many people.
I don't know what you're saying.
Well, no,
Yeah,
I mean
those
it's an unusual name, Paul.
That's fascinating.
But
I-
didn't you say it was spelled P-A-U-L?
No, that would
Oh.
be Paul.
Oh, okay.
P-A-U-H is how he spelled it.
Oh, H.
Wow.
There's an H
Yeah.
in there.
Paul.
Oh,
Did,
okay.
did you see? Have you seen it? Why are we talking? Have you seen him at any of your reunions?
No reunions, no funerals or anything like that. I don't know what's happened to him. I think we're Facebook friends.
Good.
Well,
All right.
invite him to Jimmy's on Saturday. Because
Already
I
did
to
it.
see this bubble trick.
The bubble trick.
Oh, by the way, yeah, just to finish up, thank you, Josh, for that. We'll have a mention of Jimmy's later in the show. We will be there
Yes.
5 o'clock for the Kentucky Derby party. Great party at Jimmy's. I get up.
We
there
all
and
had a great time at that party.
I'm staying at the Cerrito Mansion, so I'm very excited about that. The whole fam's going to be staying there. We can't wait. It's going to be a good time for everybody. All right, back to the. It's a kid ripe environment with kids
Right.
running around, all different age groups. Everybody said, "Let me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 8 baseball fields in this complex."
God, that's huge.
It's massive. It's and then next to that is the community pool, and it was a hot day, and so that's packed. So parking at a premium, and whoever
Now
the
I know why they're by the water treatment plant, because they got a pool there. They need
whoever
it.
the acid dropper was that designed this parking lot
Yes.
just went goofy for the medians.
Oh, he
just
loved 'em?
Goofy. It's like yeah, as we got in there, and lots of pickup trucks, and it's just premium parking. It was, but we got there. It was good to go. And
Were they the
second day-
oversized pickups that were real shiny, like we've
Oh,
previously discussed?
dualies,
Of course.
Yeah.
350s,
And up on the
yeah.
curb.
Baseball and pickup trucks go together like apple pie. It's that's the way it goes. It's a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
And we get to we win our morning game, and then we have to wait for that's a 10 a.m. game, and then we have to wait all the way till like 3:15. and we
Now,
make the,
I know
the
that you-
decision to
that the-
stay at the complex.
You won, which is great, but that's asking a lot of not just you, but the players to have to
It's
hang
a
out that
long
long.
day for everybody. It's
Yeah.
a long day, especially for these kids, especially in weather where it's hit 90s already here down in Southwest Florida. So you got to find a piece of shade. And we went to the concession area, or as I like to call it, the Farmers Not Pavilion.
It's really
and
great.
we hung out and brought our chairs back from the ball field and brought them under there and just hung out. And at one point, I needed to charge my phone, so I got to sit in the car and get a little AC for a while. But
Nice.
Carla was out there, and if I had not purchased my bag of sunflower seeds, I'm not sure what I would have whiled away the hours with. I have now become hopelessly addicted to. As a matter of fact,
What flavor?
they were the regulars. I had the regular
Great.
salty
All right, so
ones,
just straight
and
salt.
That straight salt, and so much salt on my tongue over the weekend. I think I burned a layer of skin off my
Yeah,
tongue.
that happens also with salt and vinegar potato chips.
Yeah,
I
or Sour
really,
Patch Kids.
it just, and I think the etiquette is, correct me if I'm wrong, Josh, that if you got sunflower seeds, you can spit them wherever you want. You can, you can throw them down on the ground.
Hey, not
Yes.
at my house.
I'd advise not in your car, though.
Yeah.
No, not in the car, but I mean, I was a little guilty once we moved the chairs out of the pavilion because, I ate sunflower seeds for an hour and a half just sitting there.
How was your morning following?
Same noises.
I really haven't had it yet.
Oh.
I had my morning following last evening.
Oh, okay.
So, but then when I really quickly moved my chair out because we brought the whole thing, all the what's not the barrel.
Yes, the barrel.
The wagon.
The barrel
The-
that you wear on the
the
sidelines, like the
wagon.
guy from Denver, right?
The tent barrel. Long day yesterday. Sorry. And it was time for the 3:00 game against the Rockies. Rockies had a tough team.
Rocky
very,
Road?
very tough team. Good pitchers. By the way, that's the whole thing at this level is pitching.
Oh yeah, I had a
And-
question about that.
Yeah.
I've my son never played baseball. He played basketball, and Julia did volleyball. So I've been to games and things. But when you're watching your son play or a little league team play, is when they're the pitcher, is that the most stressful for the parents?
It is. I have done a lot of things in my career. I have done a lot of things playing recreational golf in tournaments and things like that with important shots and blah, blah, blah. There ain't nothing. I talked about this before. This is brand new territory for
Right.
me. I have never. It is. I've gotten better at it, but it is. It's ridiculous. He's the one that does it. I don't know why I feel this way, but in between the game they won in the morning and the game they won in the afternoon, I watched the game. There was one team that had already gotten a reputation as the team to beat, and then I got to look at them, and they were. My goodness gracious.
The Gas House Gorillas, they were big fellas.
It was pitching.
Okay.
That's the key thing. That if you got, and there was a young man, a little athlete out there, and I was watching him throw. And at one point, it's funny how the word gets around in these tournaments because Michael comes up to me and said, "Dad, he's throwing over 70." And I looked at, and this kid is got the classic baseball mullet, long hair, actually really just long hair. And a lot of the kids, some of they're varying hairstyles all over the
Is
place.
that a baseball thing or a Florida thing?
I think if you look at Major League Baseball, it's a
Yeah, I
baseball
think
thing.
It's a Florida thing that has poured into baseball.
I think it has
because
too.
the white
good.
kids in baseball are in Florida.
In Florida.
Okay, yeah.
And this kid is he's throwing, as my father used to say, based on I think either Red Barber or Mel, he's throwing aspirins out there. He's throwing it. It's really, really tough to get the ball on. And then when they bring in the next pitcher, he's doing the same thing. So I just file that away, thinking.
So it's bad to throw an aspirin.
I'm thinking aspirin being that's what it looks like. It looks like a pill. It's
Okay.
coming in so fast. That's why they
I
call it
understand
aspirin.
now. Okay, I get you.
And then
Versus
this
a
is
grapefruit,
before
which would be the opposite.
A grapefruit would be you're teeing it up, and this is before the semifinal game we have.
Okay.
I file it away. We win in our semifinal game, not easy, but we win it, and then it's on to the championship, which is going to be played about 6:15, I think. Is it
Midnight.
6:15? It's midnight, and I think we give up a 2 or 3 spot in the top of the inning, and I think the kid pitches 1 or 2 innings, and then I look and I see, oh no, guess who's coming in to pitch in relief? And I'm figuring he's going to pitch an inning of relief. It's my boy. And I'm a bundle.
Did
I'm
you
a
put your
bundle of nerves.
laced hands over your head again?
No, I tried because we're sitting right behind home again. That's we.
and
we
he
got
can
it
see you.
scoped
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
And
That's when you say, I need 2 grape snow cones.
That's
I
right.
can't move.
It was, and we're sitting next to the coach's wife, really, really nice lady.
Nice.
And behave yourself.
It's always
Please.
nice when you have good
Little,
seats.
little respect.
Yeah, of course.
And some of the other parents, and they were very welcoming because these are a lot of new kids were put on this team that were thrown together. So you have a lot of kids that haven't played together before. So it's, but he's coming in, and I'm like, please, God, please. He's had a couple of outings that were a little suspect.
Yeah, sus,
and
Mike. They were sus.
just a little sus on your face. Now, my son has passed me by already by even being on the bump, and that's another word for the mound.
Okay.
Being out there and pitching, I'd never do it. I never had the skill set to even try to do it. I was not one of those guys. It just never.
I knew you when
was
you
in
were
the
young,
cards.
Mike, and you had a similar build to Randy Johnson. I always thought you could have pitched back then.
I was long and lean. I gained a big. I got fat and I shrunk.
But there was a moment when you really had what I called the pitcher's build.
Oh, sure. But it is, as a parent, I don't know. I'm sure at any level when your kid's out there playing, you get uptight. I've watched him play football. It's nothing like this in football. There's not, because he's not the quarterback. But in baseball, the quarterback is the pitcher.
If he had been the quarterback on his football team, would you think it would stress you more?
Yeah. I mean, if he was the quarterback, that would be it. It's it's the main thing. I wrote it down. All right.
Okay.
He ended up pitching 4 innings, Josh. 4 innings.
Wow. So that means he did pretty well.
4 innings.
How many innings in these games? Because they're not 9-inning games, right?
They're 5 or 6 innings, I think.
Yeah, I was going to
something
say he
like
pulled the bulk of the
Yeah, I think-
game.
Yeah,
4
7.
innings, 8 strikeouts, 0 runs scored in 4 innings.
That's awesome.
Wow.
He won the game.
That's awesome.
I
Did
got
he come pitch for the actual Orioles?
I sent Josh a picture of when we had gone to the fabulous Texas Roadhouse to celebrate there's my picture right there.
Wearing
in
his
Orioles
hat at the
uniform,
table, relishing his victory. Yes.
wearing
And a
his
championship
championship
ribbon.
medal. That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah, he's got his championship rhythm, and I will tell you, when you're an elderly father, and I say it a lot, there are not many times that you don't know. So I have the ability to just cherish the moment, and it was so much fun to watch him doing this. County tournament champions, it just spectacular.
Who
It
was the first
so-
person to say scholarship?
No, he's not in that rarefied. I'll tell you, there are a couple of
He
arms
could get
on the
there.
team.
He could get there.
There are a couple of arms on the team. I believe one of these kids was the kid that was really throwing aspirins was 9. So this kid's
So
gonna do
he
well.
says.
It was
Well, that's also a baseball thing.
yeah. It's a boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. What a weekend! And
Yes, and here you are today.
And at the Roadhouse after one of their big
Oh, now it's
yeast
just
rolls,
the Roadhouse?
the Texas Roadhouse.
Okay.
I crashed. I was done. I was done. I ordered food, did not eat the food.
Oh no, because this
Came
is
home.
probably fairly late meal for you, right?
Yeah,
Well,
it's 8:30ish,
Yeah.
and came home
Well, you
to
already
bed.
had a snow cone, a cheeseburger,
I'd had snow
and a
cones.
bag
Oh,
of
I'd eaten all day.
sunflower.
Yeah.
We had a breakfast sandwich in the morning. I had a hot dog for lunch. I had 2 snow cones, and I had 2,485 sunflower seeds. But my son, I can't. It's hard to describe the pressure that a little guy is under to do that. It was, it's a wonderful thing. I've never had it before.
How
It's
was
never
he
been something that
during?
he's-
Because you were watching. How was he during the game, and how was he after the
he
game?
was there was no after the game he let a lot of emotion out. He was really, it meant a lot to him. And
Good.
Well,
was,
it had to feel good because this wasn't guys he played with before.
yeah, it was
it's a new team.
special, and it's just fun and fun, and more so when your kid's doing that. For him, I was so happy for him. You're out there with him. It's all about him. It's and you're just living and dying with him because you want him to do well and you want him to feel good. And it was, I was giving him some pointers from behind in his first inning or two. And then I think at the beginning of the third
How
inning,
did
he
they
told me
land?
to shut up.
Yeah, I was gonna
The
say,
third
how
inning,
the-
he told me to shut the F up. And he was
Yeah.
absolutely right.
Yeah.
He didn't say shut the F up, but he said,
What type of suggestions did you make?
I said, slow down your rhythm. Slow down your rhythm. Just your rhythm. Get that rhythm back. That's all I said. That's all, because that's what I thought it was.
'Cause you're
It
a
was
drummer.
It's when you speed the body up, sometimes that release point is a little ahead of the game, and you can
Sure.
throw it into the dirt, or you can throw it, 10 feet over their head. And he did it, and he got it back. And when he told me to be quiet, he'd already pitched 2 innings. I shut up, and I did not say
He
a word.
said, "You need to stop talking to me, and why are your lips purple?"
I think it was. They were. By the way, Carlin said that to me a couple of times. She said, "Your lips were purple," and all the way from the mound.
Normally, at your age, that's like a sign of a stroke.
Well, it's the purple
He's
lips
a fighter.
and the pink face.
That's right. Yeah,
It was something else.
good for you. That
He
is
was down
that
on the
is
mound. He was
awesome.
down on the mound. He
Yeah.
went, stop, and I went, all right.
No.
I didn't. I was that dad to a certain extent, and got in a little trouble with the other team's parents who were right to the right of us. And at one point, I did say, "Way to go, Michael! Just throw it over. They're not going to swing." And that elicited a response from the other side that was negative and was met by a couple of comments from our group of
Well,
parents.
some people just don't know how to lose classy.
Right.
And
Just
I
send
I
over
think-
a snow cone.
yeah,
I think this team.
ribs.
I think this team was very, very accustomed to winning everything. That was the vibe I got, and but I'm not going to say anything because I'm as competitive as anybody.
More so.
And I get it, I understand it, and it didn't escalate, but you can see I don't want to be obnoxious with that, and that was probably, if I'd had to do it again, I probably would have shut up. But you're into your kid. It's my
Yeah.
kid on the mound. I'm
Yeah.
very engaged in
You're
the moment.
absolutely allowed to do
And
that.
I did not mean to drop that lady. I am really, really sorry that, boom, with that. It didn't happen. I got up after he pitched one of his good innings to go over and tell him I was proud of him, which is all I'll do. I'll just come over and say, I'm proud of you. Keep it up. You're doing great. And then I think that
What do you
maybe
say when he has a bad inning?
I was walking by. I don't say anything to him.
Oh.
I don't say anything.
Oh, so then he knows.
Yeah, he knows.
He knows, oh, Dad's not proud of me.
Yeah.
That's
what
not
you
true.
should
I'm
do
proud of
is
him. I'm proud of him for making the effort to get out
when he
there in
hits
the
the
first
dugout,
place.
just make eye contact with him from your chair and just go, "Hey, way to go!"
I was getting up to go walk over to the dugout. I had to walk by the other parents, and I think they were expecting me to say something, and I didn't say a word. I
Oh,
walked
to
right by
escalate
them.
it? They wanted to
I think
escalate
maybe
it. Yeah.
because it was right after it happened. I wasn't even thinking about it. I was just walking around, but I got a little the kind of
Yeah.
look as we went by. But they were getting it from a couple of the moms on our side. I didn't have to
You
say
sure the
anything.
look wasn't the purple lips?
Maybe it's like, is he stroking out? Is he stroking out? Let's
I know
check
we
him out
voted
there.
for one of those paddle machines to revive people. Do we have one of those at the snack bar? I know we voted for it.
Oh my God. Fun. Sunflower seeds, my new habit. Didn't open the pickle ones. There's a pickle flavored sunflower
Those are
seeds.
very good.
Yeah. By the way,
Why
whole
not
bag,
just bring pickles to the
whole
game?
a whole bag, 160 calories. Chewed on them all day. Felt good. Why not?
Yeah,
I like the
but-
barbecue ones as well.
Have you had the taco?
I've
The
no,
taco
I've
ones are
avoided
good.
Are they all
tacos.
savory or are there sweet seeds as well? Like a cinnamon sugar seed?
Sweet, savory, and there's one that's farmer's nut, which is really good.
Oh, God.
That one's good as well. And but
Just seems
$9
like too
way
much
too
effort.
way too much for a cheeseburger of that quality. Thank you very much. All right.
Was it
that's-
like a
that's what-
preformed frozen
It
patty?
was like a
la-
cheeseburger you get at a concession stand. That's
Yeah.
what it was, right?
yeah,
it was
that
not.
was too
it was
much.
not a 9. This is not
Could
the
have
best
got, you
cheeseburger.
could have gotten
I've
2
ever
more snow cones for that price.
had. 100%.
And
Yeah,
the
yummy,
thing
yummy.
that bothers me about that
They ran
price-
out of vanilla ice cream, though. I mean, really, that's your whole truck
A-holes.
is doling out snow cones. But you know what? The flavor combo of a snow cone and vanilla ice cream, I don't think that's necessarily a good marriage.
doesn't
No,
work.
you need the marshmallow.
Yeah, the marshmallow
If
fluff
that,
was
I would just
it
give me
was-
an extra pump of grape.
That you know what? Oh, they didn't need to do any extra. This
Oh,
was,
they were really doing it?
This was, I mean, yummy love in my tummy. And so
What bothers me is that if anyone would pay $9 for a cheeseburger, they'd pay 10. So you should charge 10 and make your change easier.
No, then the 9 makes everyone uses Venmo at these things.
Mhm.
The 9 makes it seem like it's a deal.
I threw cash around. I threw cash.
Yeah, you did.
Had a big money clip. I made it rain.
Yeah. Do you
Snow
know what?
cones.
Do you know what Mike wrote on the
Snow
wall
cones.
outside of Graceland, Josh, many years ago? He wrote, "I am naked without cash."
So anyway, way to go, Orioles, and that's why I sent Josh the picture there and
I
let
love
him know
it.
that he was an Oriole, and I didn't realize your Orioles were having.
Oh,
such
they're
a
the
tough
only
time
Orioles
with
that
it.
won this weekend.
There it is. Okay, I'm sorry to hear that.
Any other 24 run losses?
Boy, that's a
Yesterday
little
was
rough.
7. Last week there was one by 9.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Man, they're sucking.
That's a
away.
lot.
I told you, top thing on my sheet is I hate the Orioles.
Oh
Ah, there you
no,
go.
that's your life. We'll be right
Yeah.
back, everybody. Let me do this and do that.
Caps won too, Mike.
Oh, yeah, they're doing well in the playoffs.
Yes.
Very sports. Hey,
Hey,
do you have any delightful memories like when you purchased a Chinese siren? Yes, a siren from China. A siren from China. Isn't it wonderful? You don't have that handy. That's all right. He does. He has it within.
Of course he does. He
Within
bought
arm's
it for
reach.
the studio.
Like when you. Let's try that again.
It's not like for the bedroom.
Chinese siren. We might be doing a Temu experiment later in the show.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that was a disappointment. And your friends offered their
always
friendly
is.
compassion. Ooh, that's a bingo. Do you want to relive those halcyon days, but are they trapped on VHS tapes or film reels and you just aren't sure where to start? We have found the perfect solution. Legacy Box. Legacy Box is the simple and safe solution for digitizing all your family's precious memories. Plus, when you go to legacybox.com/TMOS, you can enjoy 50% off when you get started with Legacy Box today. Co-founders Nick and Adam. Hi, Nick.
Hi, Adam.
Started Legacy Box in their college dorm room over a decade ago. Since then, it's grown from a team of 2 to the largest and most trusted digitizing company in the world. Right now, when you purchase a Legacy Box, you get 90 days, Jerry. 90 days free access to Legacy Box the Cloud, which is the easiest way to stream, share, and download your memories. It's like Netflix, but for your home movies. You can stream your vids or pics anywhere, download, organize, and save them, and store them securely in the Legacy Box Cloud. It brings you peace of mind, and now you can't even lose your photos if you try. You clumsy oaf. Live in the now. Go to legacybox.com/TMOS to save 50% for a limited time only. Go to legacybox.com/TMOS. That's legacybox.com/TMOS. And remember, when Temu promises 110 decibels, that is a lie. It's a lie.
and maybe I got a lemon.
Yeah.
A lemon siren.
At least you're having fun with it.
Yeah.
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame class of 2025 was announced last night on American Idol. 13 inductees.
That's unlucky.
In the performers category, we have Bad Company. Bad Company. I can't get enough of your love.
Good drumming record. I bet you like that record for the drums.
I do. In fact, when I was a kid, I was a big fan of Bad Company. Rob Spiewak, he made it in. Chubby Checker, finally. Into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
As a performer.
It's one of my favorites of all time. Joe Cocker made it in.
That's so overdue, and that is so great.
A lady I have a history with, Cyndi Lauper, who gave me a lot of crap, and deservedly so, a long time ago. Outkast made it in.
God, it seems like they just had a record yesterday.
It seems like, well, what were the hits? A couple of hits, right?
Hey Ya was big for them, and The Way You Move, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Soundgarden, great band. Really, really great band. And the White Stripes, they made it in. Salt and Pepper and Warren Zevon will be inducted into the musical influence category.
Good.
Warren Zevon, fantastic.
Strong,
right?
yeah.
And
Werewolves of London.
the Ahmet Ertegun Award will go to Lenny Waronker. Do you have any idea who Lenny Waronker is?
No, but it's Ahmet Ertegun.
Ahmet Ertegun.
The founder of Atlantic
Ahmet
Records.
Ertegun.
Yeah.
You don't know Lenny Waronker?
No, I don't.
He was a record producer and president of Warner Brothers Records.
President of Warner Brothers.
I bet he dealt with Neil Sedaka.
He also co-founded DreamWorks Records. So that's a thing.
Yeah.
As for the snubs, Fish won the fan vote last week with 330,000 votes. Bad Company came in second, and Billy Idol followed in third. Despite the love from fans, Fish and Billy Idol didn't get in. So
Do you think Fish belongs there?
I'm not a Fish fan, so but I mean, they're incredibly iconic. I think they've got an amazing fan base. So
they're a jam
based
band.
on who's gotten in over the years, I don't know.
I think they purposely leave bands off like Fish, so the fans will come back next year.
Just to get the attention?
Just to get the
like that?
attention.
So you think it's a conspiracy theory?
Yeah.
Yes.
And Carol Kay made it in, right?
Carol Kay made it in as
yeah,
well. That's right.
great bass player. One of the best.
Mention that when studio musician star.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. The Wrecking Crew. She's awesome.
Have you ever wondered why Yoda speaks backwards? Backwards he is.
Never wondered, did I?
In Star Wars, George Lucas, it's simple. This is like a great recipe. This is like a great drink. It's like, simple works. George Lucas answered the question. He finally gave us the answer during a 45th anniversary screening of The Empire Strikes Back. Here's his quote. I love the simplicity of this. Because if you speak regular English, people won't listen that much. But if he had an accent, or it's really hard to understand what he's saying, then they focus on what he's saying. He was basically the philosopher of the movie. I had to figure out a way to get people to actually listen, especially 12-year-olds. That's why he came out with the backwards talk, and of course that became the thing.
Yeah,
with Yoda. Horny you are.
Do you remember the version we had many years ago on the show with Scrota?
Scrota. No, that has escaped my memory bank.
I think he might have hosted Low Budget Jeopardy once.
Scrota, Scrota, he is. Now I'm laughing. Now
still funny.
Scrota, you will be
hanging low.
And that it was just another name for
it was Yoda, but he was very, very focused on his balls. It was that era.
Sensitive they are. Now it's trickling back. I get it.
Yeah, don't use that word.
Oh, hairy they might be.
Shaven they could be.
Shapely they are. God. If you follow football, you probably heard about Shedeur Sanders, son of Deion Sanders. Might spend a little time talking about that later in the show. He was a college quarterback who was supposed to be one of the top picks in the NFL draft, but he didn't go number 1. He didn't go number 2 or number 3. He was forced to wait until the third day of the draft when he was finally selected by the Cleveland Browns with the 144th pick. So even the Browns passed on him 6 times, also took a quarterback before him, but his shocking fall wasn't the only mystery. On day number 2 of the NFL draft on Friday, Shedeur was still waiting around with friends and family for a call when his phone rang. The person on the other side said they were the GM of the New Orleans Saints.
Would you like to see the tape of it?
Yes.
Of him
oh,
taking
great. I'm
the
glad
call?
you have that. Yeah,
Yeah.
share that with us, please.
Yeah, here we go.
Here, GM of the Saints.
One of the NFL's biggest draft prospects, Shedeur Sanders, received a call allegedly from the general manager of the New Orleans Saints Friday during the NFL draft.
No, for sure. We're going to take you with our next pick right here, man.
But the call turned out to be a prank.
But you're going to have to wait a little bit longer, man.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Ready to go. What does that mean?
That's cruel.
Now, do you have in your story who made the prank call?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Because
Good,
that's
good.
the big part of the story here. Said he was the GM. Said it's been a long wait. You heard it there. He said, sorry about that, kind of laughing and then hung up. Shedeur was being filmed at the time. You saw that. They eventually figured out that someone was trolling him. The thing is, it couldn't have been a normal prank call because he got that number specifically for the draft, and no one other than the teams would have it. Yesterday, the prank caller came forward. It was a 21-year-old named Jax Ulbrich, the son of Atlanta Falcons defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich. Oh, my God. Wow. Look at Rob. Look at Rob
It's a
chuckling.
pretty great prank, though.
It's a great prank. And
Jack's see, I don't know why. I don't like it. It just bothered.
Well, I was soured on him already because they had, talked about how he was going to go so early.
well, yeah. I mean,
and
but,
did you
but,
see
you
the
know,
room he built in his parents' house or whatever
I
to
know.
make it all about him?
Jax apologized in a social media post saying, quote, "I'm so sorry I took away from your moment. It was selfish and childish. I could never imagine getting ready to celebrate one of the greatest moments of your life, and I made a terrible mistake and messed up with that moment. Thank you for accepting my call earlier today." I don't get that.
My
I hope
favorite
you can
part
find
of that
Yeah.
apology
Yeah.
is people ran it through an AI test, and it came out 100% written by AI.
Oh, he really?
Fantastic.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God. He said, "I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me." Later on, of course, he was picked by Cleveland.
Elvis loved the Browns, Mike.
Shedeur did a lot of reading about Shedeur Sanders over the weekend. And the daddy factor was a part of all this,
Sure.
I think. You
Yes, the
you
hype
can't say
factor, yes.
the hype factor, and apparently during the interview process, and I watched one of these behind the NFL where you see how they grill these potential draft picks during their interviews, and they throw questions at him, especially for preparation
Right.
purposes at the quarterbacks, and apparently he didn't do quite that well, and that there was an arrogance there, and there was, "I don't need to prepare." That was kind of an attitude. It didn't go well, and that's it. And
Do
when
you
that
think,
word
Mike-
gets out, I think that's a problem.
Do you suppose he's not coachable?
Well, they said that.
That's
Are you
exactly
stealing
what-
that from
that's-
something you read? Is
No,
that-
I
that's
said-
what we talked about last
Was
week.
Sean Anderson?
Sean Anderson. Look,
but
there's a reason
yes,
he fell. And
They said they gave him like a playbook or some plays pre-interview to prep, and he came like he didn't know what they were talking
yeah,
about.
without taking a look, and like, "I don't need to. I'm so good. I don't need." And that bit him in the ass. And then when you got your father saying there are teams I won't let him play for, it's like, shut up. I
And-
mean, really, where's you
Yeah.
gotta have you gotta have some level of swag to be a quarterback in the NFL. You also have to have some level of humility. You do.
Yeah.
You have to. You're playing with other people. It is a team sport, and you have coaches as well that you need to respect. Come on now. All right.
And he's now the 5th quarterback the Cleveland Browns have on their roster.
That's
yeah,
great.
they've got Flacco and
how many
Dylan.
do they usually put out in a play? How many quarterbacks?
Well, no, they usually the depth is 3. So
Yeah,
That would
that's his
think,
three.
yeah.
he'll
Yeah.
be in training camp, fighting for a position.
Lots of
in
time
the,
to study
the
that
pecking
playbook.
order.
Lots
he
of
believes
time.
he will be starting.
Yeah, he does.
We'll see.
Yeah,
good for him.
I believe that I'll be starting as well.
We'll see what happens. A new analysis published today by epidemiologists at Stanford University used a computer model and found that with current state-level vaccination rates, measles could reestablish itself and become consistently present in the United States in the next 2 decades.
That's great.
America,
Yeah.
Way to go. Their model predicted this outcome in 83% of simulations. If current vaccination rates stay the same, the model estimated that the U.S. could see more than 850,000 cases of measles, 170,000 hospitalizations, and 2,500 deaths over the next 25 years. Hey, if the vaccinations didn't matter for COVID deaths,
No.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is just, why are we're getting
Robert
dumber.
F. Kennedy Jr. said, "We will save a fortune on needles."
The results appear in the Journal of the American Medical Association, a revered publication. You know
Horrifying.
that. I just thought I'd throw that.
Horrifying. Thank you.
I don't need to say revered medical publication, but I should.
Yeah,
because
let people know.
that's the scientists, dummies. You idiots. Get your kids vaccinated. Come on.
Is
What's
Michael
going on?
vaccinated?
Of course he is. Yes.
Good.
He vaccinated that right arm. And, one of the parents called him the gravedigger. Oh, my God. That's my boy. I went nuts over him. Let me see that arm. Oh, my God. Yeah, of course. And come on. It's going to reestablish diseases that were a national triumph when they were eradicated.
Right.
Modern medicine and intellectual accomplishment that is just being flushed down the toilet. The way we run our society now, please, people, respect brain power.
I love measles. I love the ladies.
A Massachusetts town, finally, is under siege from an apparently territorial
Paleontologist?
pileated woodpecker.
Oh, okay.
Pileated woodpecker. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's a big-ass woodpecker. There you go. That's the name of it. Being blamed for damaging more than 25 vehicles in the area. Rockport resident Janelle Favaloro managed to capture a photo of the culprit caught in the act of targeting a vehicle with its jackhammer-like beak. Matthew Fuchsjager,
Yeah.
a co-direct. It is spelled Fuxjager.
It might be Fuchsjager.
Fuchsjager. This is a fun show, isn't it?
This is a good show.
Here's her picture of the woodpecker.
Look
There's
at that.
Look at that. That's a big one right there.
Yeah.
Looks like he's on a windshield, doesn't it?
Yeah, of a truck.
Big time.
Big time.
Matthew Fuchsjager. I could stop right there. Co-director. He's co-director, Rob, of the Ecology and Evolutionary Biology graduate program at Brown University.
Yeah,
What has
that's-
Brown done for you?
It's exciting because you don't want that job to go to one person. You want that to be a co-direction. You want to
Thank
have
you.
another guy. Yeah.
Mr. Fuchsjager says
Mister.
the woodpecker's behavior can likely be explained by the current mating season. Of course it can.
Yeah.
He's horny, so he's breaking windows.
He's a sex bird.
Males of the species are known to become fiercely territorial during mating season.
Yeah.
Here's the quote from Mr. Fuchsjager.
Yeah.
They're a ferocious bird. And they're really strong.
Yes.
It's the biomechanical equivalent of a hammer. Yes, we
What?
gathered that. He's talking about the beak.
Yeah, but it's
The hammer, the jackhammer-like beak.
Yeah,
you
it
know?
does. I think he might be overstating it a touch.
Being a New Englander myself, I can tell you that getting hammered is just not what it used to be. It's wicked had. It's wicked had.
Mike,
I
we
drove
have
into the driveway, and there's this giant bird pecking away. Wicked had. There it was.
Yeah, he got under Toots's pickup truck, right?
Hey, Fuchsjager, you get straight A's again? You wicked good student.
We have a promo here, Mike.
Promo. We'll be right back, everybody. Promo.
This week on the bonus show, a salute to the greatest show in television history.
Look at this.
With the whole TMOS gang. Mike O'Mara, Rob Spiewak, Josh Soroka,
Josh, you still with us by any chance?
What?
Are you okay?
Lulu Roman,
She was very young when she was doing
She was, and beautiful.
Junior Samples,
BR549. Yes.
the Hager
They
brothers,
had huge foreheads.
Louis Black Jr.,
Junior Mints.
and Stella Parton.
I love my sister's money.
Have a rip-roaring, knee-slapping, good old-fashioned hour of corn-pone humor with a bonus show subscription. And don't forget to start your mornings with Charlie's Choice Coffee. Get it all at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Da, 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 da.
It's good to the last sip.
Wow. Da, 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 da. Charlie's Choice.
That's
It's
right.
good to the last sip.
It is.
There it is. There's the jingle. I love it. The brand new Charlie's Choice jingle for everybody. I am having a dickens of a time with my computers, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I mean,
Anyway.
Mike, you don't need a computer to talk about Charlie's Choice.
No, I don't. Hey, caffeine lovers, Charlie's Choice coffee will make your mornings better. Yes, it's still a thing, and it's awesome. Let's just let's highlight it again. Can we play the original jingle?
Yes,
That
let's
would
stop
be
this
lovely.
music, and then we will take the original jingle in 3, 2.
Charlie's Choice. Da 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 da. Charlie's Choice.
It's good to the last sip.
Yay. Fantastic. Hey, caffeine lovers, Charlie's Choice coffee will make your mornings better. It's still a thing. It's awesome. For some more right now, just subscribe. Please do that.
Yes, please. It's
Don't
delicious.
just drink coffee, experience it. We all know that you got to have coffee in the morning, so we want to give you the best. Have a nice fresh cup of Charlie. Here is our new coffee jingle. We already played it. Charlie's Choice is available in whole bean or fresh ground. Get a one-time order or save money with a subscription and get our exclusive Charlie's Choice blend delivered right to your door. This is a premium medium roast. It's a blend. It combines the finest beans from Brazil and Guatemala, delivering a rich and balanced cup with smooth caramel, deep cocoa, and sweet honey. It's the best and freshest you can find. Crafted in small batches and roasted to order in St. Augustine, Florida. Every bag fresh and full of flavor, because great coffee should never be a gamble. Get it? So support small business and enjoy a cup of Charlie today as part of the perfect combination. TMOS coffee in your TMOS coffee mug while listening to the Mike O'Mara Show. It's heaven. Get yours today at the TMOS store at MikeO'MaraShow.com. Start your day right with Charlie's Choice, because it's good to the last sip. Hot, steaming Charlie. It tastes very good. Well, that was an interesting one.
I thought it'd be nice if we ended cold today. Yeah.
Da,
da, da, da,
da, da, da. Welcome back to the
Mike,
show.
I don't want to play the jingle again, but people must pay attention to how Charlie strives and finally hits the right note. That's my favorite part. He does a big slide about 2/3 of the way through.
Charlie's Choice. Da, da,
Here.
da, da. Charlie's Choice.
It's good to the last sip.
All right,
It
Timo.
is.
Josh is back in St. Augustine,
Yes.
Florida, back from his 3 months in Atlanta, Georgia. But I will tell you this. The Temu packages had stacked up outside of Josh's door.
It
and
was
you
like
have-
it was like a wall.
Yeah.
I think you had already received the microphone, but we're going to now. What are we going to do with the? Are we going to do a microphone check with these?
So Rob and I both tried out microphones on Temu.
Okay.
And I know Rob got the SM57
Right.
Classic Shure mic, and I got the Classic Shure SM7B.
This is what mine looks like. You've seen it. A lot of times they're used to mic instruments, but they can be used for vocals as well.
Okay. All
Right.
right.
And
Very
the-
nice.
and
And
the
it looks like
7B
a microphone you'd get anywhere.
Yeah,
you know?
it does.
I mean, it really does.
And the 7B is what you see on a lot of podcasts.
Okay, and
They
then
go with the 7B.
and the knock on Temu is that it's cheap. It's the care of these products is not put in, that type of thing. You're
Right.
hearing that rap, but we've had things that are good. And I have a pair of golf shoes that I wear regularly now out there that are Chinese golf shoes.
You know what I got on the way is microphone ear pads that used to be backbreakingly expensive, almost worth buying a new pair of headphones.
Microphone ear pads.
Headphone.
Yeah,
ear pads.
the Sonys, they
You mean
will
microphone
eventually start
headphone
to sort of
pads?
peel.
You mean headphone pads, not
Headphone
microphone
pads.
pads.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. You know what I meant.
Microphone ear pad. No,
Yeah, well,
I
if
didn't.
you-
I wouldn't have asked.
You
if
put
I'd
a
known.
you put a microphone in your ear. I'm sorry, headphone ear pads that used to be really expensive. They've got them on Temu for like $3.
Okay, and
So even if they don't last, it's a deal. You know.
we'll see what happens now.
No.
The glasses that I have, that also came from that. I will tell you, some of these glasses
I didn't
are
know.
starting to break down.
Well, that's an advantage if you have a wide head, but I didn't know you bought Temu glasses.
Yeah, he bought a 10-pack.
Da 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 da. There it is. All right, so I'm ready for the big experiment here.
So my standard show mic is an MLV 7, which is a digital version of the SMB 7.
Built by Shure, right?
Confused with the
Built by Shure.
4FY ZZT.
Now the test is I've been using the Temu mic all show. This is the
Oh!
Temu mic.
Get out!
You're
This
using the
this is my
Temu
old
mic.
mic. This is the Temu mic.
It sounds dynamite.
It
Wow.
sounds great. It's metal. It doesn't say Shure, but it's got all the other markings. It's got all the proper roll-offs at the back on the back.
Yeah.
It's
You're
got everything
happy?
set. It sounds outstanding.
Oh,
I love it.
Are you ready to try yours, Rob?
All I have to do is switch one cable, so pad for a second.
Oh, here we go.
And this was a $60 Temu microphone that I believe retails around $450 for the 7B.
That's pretty amazing. All right, now
So
Rob
very
is
happy,
here.
and it's nice and metal.
1, 1, 2, 3. Check 1. I like the way this sounds.
That
It's
sounds.
It sounds good too.
It sounds
1,
great.
2, 3. 1, 1, 1. Yeah.
It's not a disaster. Not
I
even
might have
close.
2 more mics coming.
That's fantastic. I like that.
Yeah.
I really do. That sounds great.
And here it is. I can take the windscreen off and really.
Rob,
get low.
perhaps. How
What?
about some mic? Just talk the way you normally.
1, 2,
you know,
3.
We're testing a microphone.
Can you pick
and
the
you've
microphone up so we can see it? Why are you talking into your lap?
You're going. You're whispering.
I was talking about how great the bass roll on this was. It sounds nice. That's
No,
what
it
I
sounds
say.
great.
Yeah,
It's-
1, 2,
that's-
3.
Now,
I did
now,
put
why
a-
did you get a different one than Josh did?
Because this was A, cheaper, and B, it didn't make any sense for us to order the same one because then we wouldn't have but one to test.
That's
and we
pretty
didn't communicate.
That's true.
that's pretty
That's
cool.
true. But
Yeah.
I did ask what you bought before I bought mine, though.
Okay.
So
Yes.
I'm going to switch back.
And the only knockoff with this is the 7B normally has a nice windscreen that screws off, and I haven't figured out how to get the windscreen off.
There's
So,
there are 2 windscreens that go with the 7. One is
Yes.
a more bulbous
Yep.
one.
Yep,
Yeah.
and it came with both.
Oh, it did? Really?
yes.
Let me. I got mine
God.
from. I got mine from Romania. Let me try mine here. Hold on just a second.
Hey. Hot cat. I'll fix me.
And
The fidelity is there. It's
I've got the
dropping
knockoff,
out.
Quality comedy, right?
AirPods arriving today.
This is
So
now.
we might
Now
do
You're
another
Josh,
test.
going to get like ear cancer.
Josh is. Josh is a reserved dude.
Yeah.
And I sense your level of excitement that
No,
you
I
are.
think
But the
this mic
problem
sounds
is
great.
now. I mean, when's this stuff going to be?
Oh, I think it's
going,
too late.
Going
I think-
bye bye, right? They're already. I noticed they've already raised prices.
Yeah, the
And
Shure
my-
mic,
and-
the SM7 has gone up already because I was
And
going to.
my wife said when she went into the Temu app over the weekend, she had a bunch of stuff in her cart, and it all was marked as discontinued
Yeah.
or sold
Wow.
out. So
Yeah.
they're removing anything that's not already in America, I think.
You got to get back together with President Xi and figure this out. Come on now, get a great deal. You know they're not going to blink. By the way,
No.
they're not going to blink. This is a matter of saving face and that type.
It
of
is
stuff,
no
you
longer
know?
available on Temu.
The microphone.
The microphone.
Oh.
They have another one that's available for $118.
Well,
Oh,
that's
see?
for
All
that
right,
much
so-
money, you might as well buy the real thing.
Exactly.
That's so it's gone. It's sad.
gone.
It's sad, right?
Yeah.
It's very.
I
very
bought an
sad.
egg thing on Temu this weekend.
What's an egg thing?
It's do you have like a box in your fridge that holds eggs, or do you just keep them in the carton?
I
I put
know
the
what you're
carton.
talking about. Sometimes
Yeah.
some refrigerators have that. You know?
Yeah. Well, mine's just a box.
I keep it
that's
right
separate.
next to my human heads.
And do
So
you
it's
keep
just a
those in
tray?
the carton?
I keep those in the carton. Yeah.
What this is, I don't know how they spotted me for it, but it stands vertically. It's 4 columns that you put your eggs in, and then they roll back and forth, and you dispense them one at a time.
Oh, like the soda can thing.
Exactly, but this appears to work. And the beauty of this is not only does it take up less of a footprint, it guarantees you that you rotate your eggs because you put the new ones up top and then use the old ones as they come out the bottom.
But every time you pull out the bottom egg, all the other eggs are going to roll and crack into each
No,
other.
no. This got excellent reviews. It did, and it was a $4 egg thing.
Does your wife, even though it's a small expense, does your wife get pissed at you when you buy stuff on Temu?
Well, here's the thing. She does not really love it, but this is part of a cavalcade of Mother's Day gifts.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, but see, it's too late. It's too late for the real bargains.
I mean, unless you're like Josh and me, and we already bought it. It's just on the way.
Yeah, I didn't. So
you got to, man.
Well, it's too late now.
Yeah,
you missed out.
It's sad.
No,
sad, right?
Mike, I think that our president, the man in charge, is going to take care of this and get those Temu prices down.
Yeah, keep hoping. Keep hoping for that one. It should be good. We got to take a break.
Yeah, I bought an egg thing. I just can't afford eggs to put in it.
We're very excited about coming to Northern Virginia. When we come back, ladies and gentlemen, there's sports news for the D.C. area, which I think is pretty cool. Yes, we originated this show in Washington, D.C., and we'll talk all about that when we come back because I think it's very neat. It's finally something they're doing regarding sports that is making sense to me. So very cool. This portion of the program brought to you by Pesty. If bugs are even a minor problem in and around your house, you have to check out Pesty. It's getting warmer. Spiders, ants, and other bugs are looking to find somewhere to hang out. With Pesty's do-it-yourself pest control, you can make sure they don't choose your house. Pesty is on a mission to provide pro-grade pest control at an affordable price. Other pest control companies charge over $800 per year, but with Pesty, you can get started at just $35 per treatment with a customized plan based on your location, bugs, and climate. Pesty gets rid of over 100 types of bugs, from spiders and ants to roaches and scorpions. Ew. The kit includes
earwigs.
Scorpions. Ew. The kit includes a sprayer, mixing bag, pesticide, gloves,
Glovey gloves,
and instructions, and you can complete your application in less than 10 minutes. The best part, Pesty is kid and pet friendly, so you don't have to worry. Plus, Pesty offers a 100% bug-free guarantee or your money back. Seriously, no questions asked. And a full refund never bugs anybody. Call your uncles to tell them to kill their ants. Jesus. You do that on your own?
I did. That might have been a soul out of office gummy that wrote that.
That's SI, Spewak Intelligence. Protect your home. Long weekend. Protect your home from bugs with Pesty. Go to pesty.com/TMOS for an extra 10% off your order. That's Pesty, PESTIE.com/TMOS for an extra 10% off. Welcome back to the show. Rob brought this to me today. I did not know this
It's a big deal up here, and it's still up in the air, so we'll see.
Oh, it's still up in the air. I thought
well,
you said
the
it was
announcement will come at 11 today. But it's the kind of thing where when they were throwing it to the reporter live at RFK, all she was doing, they cut to her and she was literally hitting refresh on her phone, waiting for more information. However, this is where we stand.
Well, hold on. You said that
about
they were
the press? No, they are. But you have to. The official press conference hasn't happened yet.
But it's not a question. They're definitely moving back into the city.
The Commanders organization has agreed to a deal with the District of Columbia to build a stadium at the site where the team had its greatest success.
Oh, that's so
They're going to put it right at RFK's ground. It's so cool.
This is what happens when you get the idiots out of the owner's box. Really. This is what happens when you get real adults running a franchise. You get a great draft, you get a great coach, and you get an organization that is making all the right moves. I am so happy for this. Look, I'm not a Redskins fan, Commanders fan. I am not a person that has grown up with this franchise. But I love the fact that there's so much passion in the D.C. area and that they're going to move it back into the city where it belongs. Great history. The best games ever were at RFK.
Yeah, and you've been to many of them. I was at quite a few of them there. It's a great place.
And it was also mentioned that Roger Goodell, who we talked about being booed last week, and always booed at these things, that he was heavily involved in talking with the mayor and the ownership to get this done.
Mayor
so
Muriel
he's supposed to be there as well.
Bowser was
That'll
very
be
instrumental in
a
this.
good legacy for her that they're going to do this, and they're going to make a bigger, better, newer, shinier stadium.
Well,
and I
the
love
one that's
things going
Northwest-
back into the city. It's a city that needs help.
That Northwest Stadium that was Jack Kent Cooke Stadium and FedEx Field, it was a rush job. It was.
Yeah.
They wanted honestly to get it built before the old man died.
Right.
And it was horrible. The first, I think, 4 games, 3 of them were rainy. And they never allowed for the fact that this stadium there they currently play, that the downspouts would empty onto the seats. And so if you were at a certain
I didn't know
seat,
that.
oh, it's true, that like the gutter would empty just on you. So
They had some plumbing issues with that also.
yeah.
That
The
pipes
news. How
would
much
go
do you
over
think?
fans.
How much do you think it costs to build a stadium nowadays?
Oh, in the billions.
$3 billion is
Yeah.
what they're estimating. And Josh Harris, who owns the Commanders, says he wants it to be opened for the season in 2030. Now, they're under contract with Maryland to play at the old stadium until, it says it here, until I think 2027, but they can continue to play after the contract is up. So that's what I foresee happening, is that they will.
That's a long time, though. That's a
Well,
long
well,
time.
it takes a lot to build a stadium.
It's a big deal, yeah.
Actually, I think that sounds pretty fast to build it.
It does?
And have it ready
Okay.
to go in less than 5 years.
And Mayor Muriel Bowser says that this is why it's good, and part of this drives me nuts, is that they could have big-time events like more concerts or perhaps a Super Bowl. Oh, I do not want a Super Bowl in our town.
Why not?
Because we don't have the infrastructure to support it. That's why.
Sure you do.
No, you know what they're going to talk about next after Super Bowl? It's
What?
time for the Olympics.
Yeah.
If they bring the Olympics to DC,
It just turned into Keith Morrison.
I'm moving.
Yeah,
I'm moving
well,
if they do
how
that.
about that?
They can paddle in the Anacostia.
No, look, it's just fun. And the reason I think when you talk about 2030, occasionally you guys aren't experiencing this yet, but when you get to be my age, you probably will, where you hear 2030 and you just, you might want to call the mayor and say, there's not enough time.
The plan includes the stadium, Mike.
I mean, I have
housing.
to tell you,
That'll
can I
be
just
during the third term.
Yeah.
You want to know,
Oh.
this is the truth, and I don't want to be maudlin here. I really don't. But one of the reasons I got a little verklempt yesterday, I don't know how many moments I'm going to have like this with my kid. This is, I cherished every second of this. And I got, getting the I love you from him and seeing him do well is just, I mean, it's late in life for me to have this.
Oh,
and
you're talking
it's special.
silly, Mike. When you
It's
pass,
special.
when you pass, Josh will be there to step in. And it won't be
It's
creepy.
wonderful.
It's not like he's going to marry Carla. He's just going to co-parent with her.
That's
all.
right.
There's
Exactly,
godparents
yeah.
to handle that.
Yeah. Well, one of them's still here. Anyway, that's the way that works. We have to take a break.
Do
Yeah.
I have to do everything in this relationship?
Yeah. Can I get that annulled? Anyway, when somebody decides that you're dead to them, that's kind of difficult. We got to move on, and when we
Announcement
come back,
at 11 o'clock today, so stay tuned.
And
stay
the Cowboys
tuned.
Stadium took 26 months to build.
Wow.
So maybe,
How about that?
Maybe they can get it in.
Get her done. We'll be right back with more fun and more thrills. You have beautiful video for us?
Mike, I got gorgeous video.
All right, hats, everyone. We were talking about it before. We're going to talk about it now. Hats. Big ones, floral ones, stovepipe ones. I have this picture this weekend with Saturday afternoon, Herndon, Virginia, and Jimmy's Old Town Tavern is on the corner of Eldon Street, and it's got, it's at a nice little four-way intersection.
Yeah.
And I just picture in my mind's eye these wonderful, goofy, silly hats, all periodically walking into Jimmy's.
I can't wait to
that's
watch-
the image I want.
What I want to see is out the front window, seeing them coming across that storied crosswalk.
That's the story
their
crosswalk.
hats, yeah.
In my dreams, I have a camera that's located over the intersection, and you just see them gathering almost like a Christmas show where they're all
A pageant?
gathering. Yeah, a pageant. Hats is listen, we're having a hat contest in case you didn't know. Hats with feathers, maybe a fez. We just saw Josh's earlier. Hi,
Yes.
Ronnie. You'll need them
That's
for the
for the
Mike O'Mara
fez,
Show
Mike.
Kentucky Derby Party. Join us this coming Saturday, May 3rd, 5 p.m. We're going to be at Jimmy's Old Town Tavern for a night of fun, laughter, food, drinks, and, of course, the big race. And when you get there, I think I'll probably reveal my pick to click. I got a little insider information on the Derby. Or I might
who?
just share it with Rob. From a buddy of mine that's into horses in a very
Is he a
big way.
racetrack tout?
He's not a racetrack tout, but he knows his horses. And
Okay.
this is a big long shot. And I like it, and that's fun. So we're all going to be there at Jimmy's Old Town Tavern. Gentlemen and ladies, bring your boldest, fiercest, most fabulous hats for our legendary Ladies Hat Contest. Are you listening, Americans? The best part, it's free.
Yes.
So mark your calendar. It's coming up this Saturday. It's just around the corner. Rally your crew. We'll see you. RSVP now. You definitely want a reservation for this event. I think the seats are gone, but you can call anyway, see what they have.
Yes.
703-435-GYMS. We're traveling north for this big-time fun. The least you can do is make the trip. In any case, see you Saturday, May 3rd at Jimmy's Old Town Tavern, where you never have to jockey for a good table. So that's it. Play the thing, Rob.
Oh, yeah,
Steve
Mike,
Rack,
it's
we
beautiful
got that.
video.
Hey, I like that. Some beautiful video.
And Bob Steele, Mike.
Good morning.
Hi, it's Bob Steele.
It's Bob Steele.
Who's our oldie? Bob Steele.
I can't imagine what an oldie would be on the Bob Steele show.
Yeah, some of our. That's how he did it. And the 21 share, 21 market share, WTIC, W. That's what.
Didn't you only
21
miss
market
one
share,
show
WTIC.
in your life, Bob Steele?
Pardon me, what?
Didn't you only miss one show in your life?
I lived right across from Mikestown, Weathersfield, Connecticut. Bob Steele. Here's the time. 7 o'clock.
That's Secret to Your 22 share right there.
Every day, my father listened to Bob Steele. He was everybody listened to him.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Mike,
Yep.
I went on AI, and this is not video so much as a still image. And I said to AI, I said, can you make me look like a wax museum figure? Because everyone's doing Muppets. And I said,
Oh, and what am I going to get? Am I ever going to? Is it a pipe dream for me to wish
get
for
a modified Muppet?
A modified
what if
Muppet.
I had an update for you now?
You have an update on my
that
Muppet?
would be fantastic.
Well, let's do Rob's first, and then afterwards we'll look at my Muppet. But I'm excited now.
They said,
I'm really excited.
and then it was weird. I haven't gone to this Chat GPT and had a conversation in a while, and it's creepy how well they know you because they said first you're going to need to upload a picture. I said okay, and they said, do you want it to be funny or realistic like you would see at Madame Tussauds? I said realistic. And they said, what is the theme? I said make me a Vegas performer. And this is what they came up with.
Look at the mouth.
It's wrong. Everything about that head is wrong. And also, there's a hunk of my left hand missing.
Oh, my God.
At least you got the right number of fingers.
Yeah, but there's a hunk missing.
A chunk of the webbing is gone.
I think that they nailed it when they said, you look like Jeff Bezos.
That is too funny.
Now, there is one thing. Do you see the...
What is the mouth? It's not your mouth.
It's not. It's not at all. I guess it's a wax museum mouth. The
Hi
one
there.
thing they nailed is the vein on my forehead, on the right side of my right side, your left side. That's right, as you can see.
Beautiful.
But other than that, it ain't all that. So,
But
be careful.
in your dreams, that's you. That you'd love to be that guy. That's
a
the
wax
guy.
museum figure.
No, you'd like to be.
Oh,
a
I would
Vegas
like to be
performer.
that. Yeah, and even with that made-up microphone that doesn't exist in real life.
Only you would know that.
I know, but
Only
that's
you.
what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Mike, did you know that over
Wait,
the
are we
week-
going to see my Muppet?
Oh, I forgot.
Yes.
Forgive
Yeah.
me.
Come on now.
All right.
Come on. Neil.
Okay, come on.
All right, I'm ready.
How's this look?
Jesus Christ, Josh. Jesus Christ, Josh.
I said, hey, Mike likes his AI profile picture on Facebook. Let's run that into AI.
No, that's
So
Your
it created
AI
that.
doesn't have a fifth of those wrinkles.
and then added it in.
Oh, okay.
It's a little better there.
Yeah, I don't.
Once again,
is
Josh
my
looks like
nose
he went to
that big?
glamour shots. I mean, Josh always looks good fake.
he does.
But don't worry. I then told it, hey, it's the Kentucky Derby time. Put the three of us in ladies' derby hats.
Oh, how nice.
All right, here we go.
For some reason, it decided we were female.
That's the one I like. I like that one the best.
Hold it. But if it's the three of us, why are we flanked by women? Why is he flanked by women?
Because it decided that you and I would be women. Because AI is.
Listen, I'm no woman. I'm no woman. I am a Vegas performer.
Oh God, AI! Where were we without that?
That is a great. I will give
gracious.
them this. That is a great wax museum pose with the hand sort of weakly reaching out.
Little overbite too that you do
Yeah.
not possess. You do not have the overbite.
Well,
You
give
really,
me time.
Really don't.
Give me time. Over the
It's
weekend,
a good pose
Mike-
for people to go take pictures with.
Yes, exactly. And I'll put props around. Over the weekend was National Telephone Day. Are you
Really?
good at telephone, Mike?
I'm not. You know I have trouble with it. It's something I'm always awkward. I have no idea why. Call me. It's just one of my many hang-ups. But
I
get it? Hang-ups?
But just in case you need to refresh, Mike, I think that you could be good at telephone.
Okay.
So just watch this. I think this is a fairly current movie that American Telephone and Telegraph put out to make you be good at telephone.
Okay.
The local news of the week. At midnight Saturday, the telephones in this city will be changed to dial service, and all telephone numbers will be changed. Late this week, new directories will be delivered. Here are a few important suggestions for the use of your dial telephone. Before calling any number, first secure the number from your new directory. Then remove the receiver and listen for the dial tone. It sounds like this.
No, it doesn't.
That tone indicates everything is ready for your call.
And now, here's Larry.
Let me say, these announcers, do you notice? I mean, he is one chip away from inducing a nationwide panic.
I know.
With how urgent he is. Now, listen for then the bomb will drop. Unfortunately, you will all be turned into dust. Yes, sirree. If you happen to live in Ohio, the state of Washington, or Seattle, you are in big, big trouble. Here's what it sounds like.
I'm wondering why the man in the tie just walked up and handed her a phone book and then walked away.
We are switching to dials. That's it. Be aware of that. Be very afraid. There. And did you notice the way, if you play it again one more time, listen to how he says new. It's not new. This is the proper way to say new. I learned this as a baby broadcaster, that it's news, not news. So listen to this is new.
At midnight Saturday, the telephones in this city will be changed to dial service, and all telephone numbers will be changed. Late this week, new directories will be delivered.
New.
Here are a few important suggestions for the use of your dial telephone. Before calling any
I'll
number,
cut to the ending. Spoiler alert.
if the line is busy, you'll hear this busy signal.
There it is. It might terrify you.
That's the sound of the city crumbling.
Absolutely. You're all going to die. Get your telephone soon.
The announcer on the voice guy that does the voicemail or the automatic answering at my pharmacy says "tew" instead of "two." He says
Tew.
"tew, tew, tew."
If you need to speak to a pharmacist, press tew.
You can hear it just like that. Mike,
Very nice.
Channel 6 says this is just zero responsibility. People take zero responsibility. And that's not what I wanted. It's, screw me. You know what happens? I have to apologize. They put up live feeds that stream, so when I grab it's the live feed. But I can save it, Mike. How would you like to have...
Wait, hold on. Are we not going to see that?
We have to bail on it.
Flag waving in the wind.
It was such a good setup, and I was really curious about what were you going to play for us? What was the clip?
Because when you work at a restaurant and your manager sees you as a 14-year-old and offers you a pot gummy, that's zero responsibility. And that's what happened in this story. So I will
So wait, a manager at a restaurant gave a kid a pot gummy?
Yeah, and it's not good. You know, you can't have a pot gummy when you're
another
14.
employee.
Yeah.
At least
I
it
will
wasn't
find
a
the
teacher.
story and have it for you tomorrow. I apologize. There are many links sometimes associated.
Then
and I
we will
grabbed the
hear
wrong
it on day 2.
What if you get a busy signal?
Then we will move on.
Do you know that Brian Belichick's girlfriend, she's 24.
I
could
love
have a
this
pot
story.
company.
This story fascinates me that she is quite the influence on his life, as most younger women are with their older husbands.
She doesn't let him have a snow cone.
Yep.
She says, "Don't get the hamburger." No,
Right.
he was
And
being.
she stares at him when he's doing number 2. All right, go ahead.
He did an interview, and she was sort of a control freak about it.
Change for Belichick is 24-year-old Jordan Hudson, his creative muse, as he writes in his book.
Make sure that that's the.
Jordan was a constant presence during our interview.
You have Jordan right over there. Everybody in the world seems to be following this relationship. They've got an opinion about your private life. It's got nothing to do with them, but they're invested in it. How do you deal with that?
Never been too worried about what everybody else thinks.
Handsome.
Just try to do what I feel like is best for me and what's right.
How did you guys meet?
Not talking about this.
No?
No.
It's a topic neither one of them is comfortable commenting on.
It is such
Hudson.
a situation where CBS this morning threw them both under the bus by including that behind-the-scenes stuff. They must have really been pissed at her.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Well, I think I did not know when I heard the quote. I thought it was some like little hack reporter. That's the CBS anchor.
Yeah.
That's
it's
big
CBS
time
this morning.
TV.
That's a big deal. Yeah.
That is a big deal interview. And you let her just jump in. We're not talking about and looking at him like he's an enemy and the whole thing. You know, I mean, weird. The whole thing has a weird aura.
But I can see why she's attracted
Go ahead, Josh.
to
Hold
him.
on.
Well,
What's that,
it's
Josh?
weird because why not answer the question? Because the story's out there about how they met on an airplane.
Yeah.
So why not just say we met on an airplane?
Not talking about that.
Yeah, and if you don't want to be mentioned, maybe you just give that information to your dude and you go away.
Well, she is his personal assistant or
media
something.
relations.
Media
Muse.
relations. Yeah.
It's his muse, Mike.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I don't know. Lisa, that when I heard it, I was like, makes sense. Actually, the audio, and then when I saw it, it was different. That she's over there with her little death stare. Run it one more time. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
weird.
she's watching the video monitor.
Yeah. Here is this.
Recently posted about.
They're invested in it. How do you deal with that?
Never been too worried about what everybody else thinks. Just try to do what I feel like is best for me and what's right.
How did you guys meet?
Not talking about this.
No?
No.
It's a topic neither one of them is comfortable commenting on, though Hudson has recently posted about it on Instagram.
You joined InstaFace, as you put it. I love that. There's some great pictures of you and Jordan, where you're a fisherman and she's a mermaid.
Yeah, and so it's a hypocritical situation
Absolutely,
here. Not
absolutely.
talking about. Don't be an a-hole, lady.
She made it a story by speaking up.
Well,
Yeah.
she
There
wants
was no
to.
need.
She's pulling a Baldwin. She wants to control the narrative,
Right,
And she
she's-
can't.
Come, stop it. You can't. I mean, the fact is, if you put yourself out there with the most successful coach in NFL history, and if you don't, then you don't. Or
That-
you can't have it both ways. It doesn't work that way.
Or the flight story is a lie.
Yeah. She
That
really wasn't on an airplane.
is a lie. It was in an airplane bathroom.
That is
What?
a lie. Yeah. What?
Oh,
da, 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 da.
Let's close with this. Have you ever gotten your any of your dogs a pup cup at Starbucks?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Really?
I'm not at Starbucks, but at other places.
Okay,
I'm
I've
sure.
never done it, but this is a Starbucks where some lady wanted a cluck cup.
Do you have a cluck cup? Pup cup? Absolutely. I hear your
She's got a rooster.
He's actually a rooster.
Shut
Thank you
up.
so
Oh my
much.
God.
I was literally about to say I thought I was losing my mind. I love that. Thank you for bringing him. What the heck? What's his name?
Wow.
Fluffy. Oh, that's so cute.
The thing is, that was
Hi.
Chick-fil-A.
see you guys are calling. Oh my God, nice chicken.
Yeah. Tell me that guy's not stoned. Nice
Yeah.
chicken. Yay, lady. You want a chicken cup? There
By
we
the
go.
way, next to geese, roosters are the most foul-mooded pets there are. They're horrible birds, horrible. They will chase you. They will sneak up on you. They will peck at you. And I don't believe this lady should have that rooster in her car. How about
I
that?
assume she's on her way to the Minecraft movie.
With the checkout. You know what, Josh? You speak the truth, my good friend.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
That's right. A lady brought a guinea pig to the baseball tournament yesterday. It was
What
running
flavor?
around. When I fried it, I used a little ranch seasoning on it. That's it. We got to get out of here, ladies and gentlemen.
Stupid.
Thank you all for listening. We'll see you at Jimmy's this Saturday, and cruise cabin still available.
Yes.
We've got plenty, and we want you to get involved with the cruise. We are really looking forward to getting together with all of our wonderful listeners on that delightful cruise on the MSC Seaside. That's it. We'll be back tomorrow with a brand new episode. For Josh Soroka and Rob Spiewak, Mike O'Mara saying so long, everybody.
Bye-bye. It's a rooster.
Want more? Make sure you check out the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Right. So what do you want now?
Well, if I have to teach you how to be a reporter, Ollie, I'll do that later.
I'll find him for 3, but I'll catch him and kill him for 10.
You know, when my inner decorator kicks in, I can't be stopped. Everything is daffodils and duck stencils, you know what I'm saying?